Yo. It's already 6 o'clock, bruh. And, I still have like 3 or 4 more videos to react to, man. So, I'm gonna try to get them done. But, these might be all posted tomorrow morning. I really hope not. But, I'm gonna do my best to get them done. But, without further ado, we still got another one for y'all. We got 3 nightmarish true horror stories. And I'm not playing around with these. So without further ado, we're going to get right to it. And I really hope you guys do enjoy, man. Honeymoon horror stories. Nate Daniels.
For my wife and I's honeymoon, we went to Hawaii. Our hotel was on Maui.
Bro, I definitely just heard
was the best
something.
island for couples and honeymoons. The hotel was on the beach, and every night they'd have torch shows, luau's, and other kinds of live entertainment.
They got good food?
During the first few days, we did a lot of drinking and
Ain't they getting that?
On our 4th day, we wanted to explore one of the jungle hiking trails, as there are a bunch on the island, and it was on our bucket list for the trip. We drove our rental car a long drive to the nearest parking lot to PPY Trail, a long scenic trail.
Bro, any trail called PP is a no-go.
The trail would eventually lead to numerous waterfalls and hidden ponds that you could swim in. We were told about it by some locals and other tourists.
Bruh.
So that's what we wanted to do. There were a few cars in the parking lot, but the parking lot wasn't just for this one trail. Walking down the path for a while, it truly was just a wall of bamboo on either side of us. It was truly an environment I'd never seen before. My wife stopped us and pointed at a small animal.
I'm not messing with this.
It was a mongoose. It was stopped, looking at us, and we both thought it was adorable. My wife started approaching it slowly, bent down to appear smaller and less intimidating. I did the same.
The fluffin's a
Of
mongoose.
course, the little creature ran away pretty swiftly, and my wife chased after it goofily. I followed suit. As we got deeper into the jungle, straying away from the trail, we heard the sound of water.
No, bro, you cannot stray away, y'all, bro. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. You know what I'm saying? It's in the saying. You never stay off of the path, bro. You always stay on the trail. Stay on the trail. Fluff a mongoose. You know what I'm saying? It needs to mongo, and you need to stay on the trail.
There's a
Come
waterfall
on, bro.
nearby. We followed the sound of it until we came to this beautiful pond with a small waterfall pouring into it. We dipped our feet in the water, and it was a surprisingly comfortable temperature, and it was deep enough to submerge ourselves in. So we decided to do a little skinny
Whoa,
dip,
that is beautiful.
knowing how unlikely it would be that anyone else would be here.
Hey, they getting it on real quick.
Apparently we were wrong about that, because as we were in the water, my wife shrieked and said, "Oh my God," as she pointed at some older man in a straw hat with a long gray beard standing in the jungle, half behind a tree, staring at us. I'm too nice of a person, so I waved for some dumb reason, instead of yelling to stop creeping on us.
Wave? What, you inviting him in? My guy's like, hey, you coming to join? The water's nice over here, ain't it? No, hell no, bro. The man's screaming behind the tree. I don't think screaming was the right idea, though, bro. I don't think screaming is. Let's just quick grab the clothes, put them on, and get the motherfucker out of there. You better brought a strap, too, bro. You better not be going in the woods without a motherfucking weapon.
Because that's what it looked like he was doing. He didn't wave back, he didn't smile, he didn't even move. I looked at my wife and said we should leave, but she didn't want to step out of the water naked for him to see. I kind of agreed. So now I called out to him, asking if he needed something. And only then he called back in a surprisingly deep voice, saying he's looking for his dog. I said we haven't seen it, and then he walked away. I said to my wife we need to go immediately. We got out of the water and got dressed, then tried to find...
You need a weapon. I need a whole makeshift spear real quick or something, buddy, because he's gonna come back.
...the trail, but we couldn't find it. We strayed far enough away from it that we were apparently lost. We had lost the direction we came from, and there was no cell reception out here. It was getting late in the day, and panic was setting in. By the time the sun was setting, my wife was in tears. All the while, as it got darker and darker, we felt as though we were being followed, hearing footsteps every now and then. It reached the point where the jungle was completely dark now, and we had to use our flashlights on our dying phones. But when we heard footsteps coming from behind us again, I whispered to my wife to turn it off to not reveal ourselves. We felt like we were being followed for hours.
Yo, I'm not liking
out the
this
lights,
shit.
It was pitch black for a second, until my eyes started adjusting to the darkness. soon as that happened, I noticed the figure about 10 feet away, and it was slowly creeping closer. I backed away slowly as I pushed my wife behind me. I said, "What do you want?" in a very nervous voice. My wife apparently didn't see him, because she turned her phone's flashlight back on and aimed it at the figure, revealing it to be that old man with a straw hat and beard holding a hacksaw. We both screamed. My wife let out a scream of fear while I screamed, "Go, go, go," to her.
Yeah, go, go,
we ran through the jungle
go!
without any lights. There was just enough light to barely see where we were going. We ran and ran and ran, thankfully wearing sneakers and hiking attire. Eventually I got cell reception, so we followed the map back to the parking lot we came from, which took a good 10 to 15 minutes of running. We made it back to the car, and at that point, it felt like we were given a new chance at life. The next day we went...
Bro, yo, when I tell you that shit would never happen to me and I would never be in the middle of the woods or go off the trap or be in the middle of the woods, so we will never have to worry about that. But if that were to ever happen to me, I'ma let you know the speed at which I would run, bro. You probably wouldn't even be able to see me how fast I'd be. I would be literally so motherfluffing gone, it wouldn't even be funny, bro. And I'm not playing. I need to get some lower locks on my door, because I'm not playing. I need some cameras or something. These surroundings, I need more cameras. You know what I'm saying? I got some, I need more. Now I need more locks too.
Went straight to the Maui Police Department and reported the whole incident in an attempt to warn other tourists who may be visiting that specific trail. After that, we tried the best we could to continue our honeymoon, but it definitely put a damper on things.
That's story one. That's the shit we're doing. All right, bet. That's what we're doing, man.
My honeymoon was in Sicily.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Our hotels were in Palermo, Cefalu, and Messina.
Wow.
While in Messina, we did most of the sightseeing at sites like Taormina. Messina was packed with beautiful old architecture and museums to explore, which is what my wife Patricia and I enjoy the most. Messina is a port-heavy city, and like the rest of Sicily, there are a lot of English-speaking tourists, but also a lot of Italian-speaking locals. We don't really speak any Italian beyond maybe an elementary level. We'd have a lot of locals approaching us trying to sell us things.
Hey, yeah, bro, that's like New York, bro. New York, they be trying to sell you everything.
Music, people drinking and dancing and whatnot. We were partaking a little bit, while also continuing to walk around and explore. The night got the better of us, and we ended up getting pretty drunk, and the time flew by. Pretty soon it was past midnight, and things outside on the streets were simmering down. We took a wrong turn back to our hotel, and kind of lost our way. Eventually we ended up in this sketchy alleyway, and Patricia was getting upset that we seemed to be entering a sketchy area. I put my arm around her to make her feel safer. Suddenly some guy came up to us obnoxiously close, speaking Italian like a machine gun. So quick we couldn't even attempt to understand
like a machine gun? What?
We couldn't tell if he was angry or concerned, but he seemed frantic. He kept saying this word phantasma. At that moment, I didn't know what that word meant. I pushed the guy out of our faces and walked Patricia and I quickly out of the alleyway. He yelled more stuff at us in Italian. I didn't understand a single word of it. As we got away from him, I googled what the word phantasma meant, because it was the only word that he kept repeating that stood out. It means ghost, and when we found that out, we looked at each other. I couldn't help but nervously laugh to try to get Patricia to laugh as well, simply because it sounded ridiculous. We were in this dark, sketchy area of the city for sure.
Go back to the hotel right now!
We'd normally call an Uber, but it's not even a thing in Sicily.
You are the Uber,
so
run!
I had to walk it.
Run!
I have to admit, I was probably as uncomfortable as Patricia, as we'd heard certain parts of the city were unsafe at night. There was this quiet woman's crying sound coming from behind us all of a sudden. We both heard it, and we both looked back. There was this young but freakishly tall woman about 10 yards away from us, walking slowly in our direction. Her face was buried in her hands.
And we're running.
It was actually unnaturally tall.
And we're running.
In fact, it was so creepy that even Patricia, who's usually a sweet, nurturing person, whispered that we should get the hell away from her.
Run!
We jogged down this narrow street and turned left to another alleyway. And we turned back again to the crying sounds. That woman was now at the end of this alleyway, just behind us, but still walking at the same slow speed, her face still buried in her hands. It felt like we were in this channel of alleyways and narrow one-way streets, and every time we turned, we'd still hear the crying behind us. It only stopped when we made it back to, I guess what you'd call, one of the main roads with other civilian traffic besides us. From there, we simply
Alright,
walked
that's
back
good
to the
at least.
hotel. Patricia kept insisting what we saw was a ghost, and every time she said it, it gave me chills. This story doesn't do it any justice in explaining just how disturbing seeing that tall, lanky woman walking towards us in that alleyway was. Not to mention that guy say the word ghost in Italian over and over. I'm not ruling it out as some kind of crazy over-the-top joke. For all I know, we ended up on some Italian YouTube prank channel. But
I don't know
Patricia
about
insists
that,
on
bro.
believing it was actually a ghost
Bro,
we
what
saw.
the is wrong with this lame ass bitch ass camera, bro? Last one, y'all. Anonymous. Wow, where is that, bro?
We both work 9-to-5 jobs to make ends meet. We're doing all right now, but back when we got married, we were struggling. So when it came time for our honeymoon, we couldn't go all out and blast all our money.
That's fine, man.
My wife, who I'll choose to keep nameless,
smart.
was doing research for affordable beach getaways, and she found a private house in the Bahamas for 3 nights on Airbnb, so we went with that. After flight tickets and the cost for the rental, it didn't even come out to that much. Upon arrival, we entered the code for the padlock on the door to let ourselves into the home. It had a spacious living room and kitchen, a large bedroom, 1 bathroom, and a big back deck that led to the private beach. We spent all of the first day on the beach, then walked to a nearby restaurant for dinner. When we got back, this is where the weird things started happening.
Oh, man.
As soon as we walked
Not
in the
after
door,
dinner, that's
we
when I'm
noticed things
tired.
seemed like they were in the wrong
Want to take a
places,
nap.
like our sandals, our bags, and so on. Nothing was missing though, so we accused each other of having moved the stuff beforehand. We jumped in the hot tub that was on the back deck for a while, until we both heard something from inside the house, like a bang or a door closing. I got out from the hot tub to check, dripping all over the floor of the house.
Wait, the cat,
The doors
hope?
were closed though. I didn't remember if they were open earlier or not. Regardless, I checked the room and it was clear of any intruders, as well as the bathroom. I went back outside to grab a towel and put my clothes on. I was done in the hot tub anyway, and so was my wife, though I was growing a little suspicious, or cautious you might say. The second day we sat on
I'm
the
never
beach for
going
a
on
while.
vacation ever in my
We
life,
went to some
bro.
of the touristy areas of the Bahamas and
That
did dinner.
sucks, but it is what it
When we
is.
got back, again, we felt like things were different. Our stuff seemed to be in the same spots, but the bathroom and bedroom doors were open, and we didn't remember keeping them open. We knew it was possible we were being paranoid now and didn't actually remember how the doors were left, but still it was getting uncomfortable now. We made sure all the windows and doors were locked, and we skipped the hot tub that night. We just watched movies on the TV in the living room, as there was a bunch of included streaming services on there. There was no upstairs to the house, yet we thought we could hear little taps and whatnot above our heads. Maybe the roof? Maybe an
Bro, I'm
iguana
not
or
messing
some
with
similar
this, bro.
creature. At this point, we were even starting to think there might be some kind of Bahamian creepy crawly in the house. It seemed like a more logical explanation as to there being an intruder in this relatively small space. That night, I was in bed before my wife. She was in the shower when I heard her scream. I basically exploded out of bed to run into the bathroom. She turned the water off by then and told me that there was something in the vent above the shower. I got on the ledge of the tub and looked in it, but it was too dark in there. However, I did hear some tiny noises coming from in there. This almost confirmed
Get
that there was a
out, get
rodent or
out,
some
get
small
out,
creature
get
in the
out,
vents of the house.
get out, 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 get out. You know how fast, bro. I don't even care if I gotta run out the street, double cheeked up, booty butt naked. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be outside of the house with one leaf, you know, holding and covering the dang-a-lang. You know what I'm saying? And we are gonna be gone. I am gonna do what I gotta do, but I am not messing with that shit. If there's someone in my motherfucking van, I'm gone.
Still, we had one more day, it wasn't our problem.
What?
We went to bed together. The next thing I remember was waking up to my wife shaking me. She had this horrified look on her face that immediately sent shivers down my spine. She told me to listen, and the silence of the room allowed me to hear it. This frantic whispering sound coming from the ceiling, particularly one of the ceiling vents. That was it. I grabbed my phone to call the owner of the Airbnb. I heard the ringing, but simultaneously I heard this vibrating sound from above us. Immediately I started to think, wait, is there an upstairs that the owner is living in? The vibrating above us stopped almost as quickly as it started, but the call was still ringing on my end. Curiously, I took my phone's flashlight and aimed it up through the vents, and for just a split second, I saw someone looking down through the vent into the room. Most notably, I saw their eyes. We packed all of our important stuff as quickly as we could. It took all of about 30 seconds.
Running. Oh, I already told you should have already been. It's gone, but I will be running out of there, bruh. And if I got, you know what I'm saying, a gat, I'm finna be. It is what it is in the vet, bro. You're in my house, my property. It is what it is. Y'all do not be playing like that. That shit is no
out the front door.
Joke, bro.
We ran through the sandy dirt road until we came to a street. Then we stopped to catch our breaths. We stayed in a cheap hotel that night and the next night as well. The last day we spent most of it waiting at the airport, but we reported this incident to Airbnb and we got all of our money back. And I'm pretty sure Airbnb banned the owner of that house's account. We didn't pursue anything further with legal action, as we were just happy to get our money back. Nothing of ours was missing, but who the hell knows what kind of shady shit he was doing there when we weren't in the house.
That's what I'm saying, y'all. That was... This guy does not, or whoever is this channel, bro, they do not play with these horror stories, y'all. Really, I'm never gonna be able to sleep ever again. But, man, for real, you guys, make sure y'all are being careful. Do not, you know what I'm saying, be on your Sherlock Holmes shit. Do not go investigate anything. You know, if you hear noises, you're not the Ghostbusters, and that's not your job. Leave and run and go somewhere else. Do what you need to do, but get out. You know I love you guys, and I want to see y'all all live to be 80 or 90 and be safe. Build our community of world changers. You know I love you guys. Hope y'all did enjoy this one. Y'all have a fantastic day. And I really hope I can get these videos posted today, man. But I'm really thinking I'm not going to be able to. And I'm kind of sad because I'm letting myself down and y'all down. But it's okay, man.